What do you think it means to be a good steward of technology?
I asked AI, I said, can you walk me through this problem instead of just asking it to do it for me?
Using it, but also showing others how to use it.
I think it's important to use your moral compass to make sure you're using it good and not for bad.
Technology and tradition don't need to compete. They need to collaborate, and that partnership is happening daily in our classrooms. From interactive tools to digital resources, our teachers and students are engaging more deeply, thinking more critically, and preparing for a rapidly changing future. Welcome to Flight of the Firebirds, a Kellenberg Memorial podcast. I'm Mr. Kahn, and I teach technology to our Latin school students. Today I'm joined by 3 of our students who are using tech to enhance, not replace, lessons in the Kellenberg classroom. I'd like to welcome the 8th graders, Samantha Vona.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Reilly Toner.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
And Brandon Black.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, so this year in tech, what we've tried to do is bring in our other classes. So we have had projects from history and things you're learning in religion. The first one we did was an art project. Do you guys remember that? We took our name tangles project and we tried to have AI recreate it. Do you think that was an easy thing to do or a difficult thing, Brandon? What do you think?
I think it was a little challenging because every time you say one thing to AI, it changes the whole project, and you have to keep putting different prompts to get what you want out of it.
Reilly?
And when you would change every little detail, it would just change the whole thing. You would ask for it to only change one color of it, and it would change the whole color.
I think it was a great example of how using AI is a conversation. It's not a do this or do that. It was you need to explain it. So I remember the way I told you guys to do it was pretend it's someone who has never seen this project and has no idea what's going on. How would you explain it to the AI? And Samantha, do you think that worked?
Part of it worked, but AI interpreted it differently than we intended it to.
Did any of you come close to your project?
No.
No.
Really?
I think across the entire 8th grade, all 200 plus of you guys, I think maybe 4 of you came kind of close. What do you think the hardest part was for the AI to kind of figure out what to do?
Telling the letters to touch the top of the page and the bottom of the page.
Right.
Because it would just go straight across. And
or it would slant it going
Yeah.
diagonal across the page, or it would just put the patterns inside the letters, and you were like, no, put it outside the letters.
Or
And
if you said make the first letter touch the bottom and the last letter touch the top, it would say top and bottom next to the letters.
Right, and it just completely just threw everything for a loop, which was kind of crazy, but it was fun. Any other projects?
the Industrial Revolution one that we did for history.
Right. So that was pretty much the same thing, but I think a little bit easier. Brandon, why do you think it was?
Because I think it painted a good picture for what we were learning in history at the time.
I think it was easier because it actually happened. AI had some background.
Right. It had something to work off of. It was like the Industrial Revolution. I know that. All right. So 8th grade tech, brand new course. We're focusing on the Google Suite. Obviously, we're trying to do as many different aspects of that as possible. Docs, sheets, slides, eventually forms, website. We're using Google My Maps. What do you guys think of the class? What are some things that you really enjoy about the class and can kind of promote to incoming 8th graders for next year to something to look forward to? We'll start with Samantha.
I think it helps a lot with other classes, like, for example, history, Industrial Revolution. The AI really helped me picture what was going on in that time. And for 7th graders coming into 8th grade, it's a really fun class. You get to do a whole bunch of different things.
Brandon?
I think it helped a lot because before the class, I don't think I really knew how to use Google Sheets, and now it's way easier.
Reilly?
It's definitely really fun. I love going and learning new things about technology that I didn't know before.
Do you think the use of technology in the classroom, whether it's our room or any of the other rooms, makes things easier? Do you think sometimes it might hinder your ability to do stuff?
I think technology makes things definitely easier, but some things I think should stay traditional, on paper.
What do you think?
I use flashcards for a lot of my studying, and I think it's been working.
Yeah, I think flashcards are phenomenal because it's the writing them down, you're reading it while you're writing it and going from there. But I think there are also so many advantages to technology. Reilly, what
I was
about you?
going to say, sometimes when you write things down on paper, you can remember it. I know for me, I like writing out my notes because it just helps me remember it more.
I think it definitely helps because I could definitely keep my notes neater. You're able to change stuff, change colors, and move stuff around.
Right, make it more organized. I think the big thing with Quizlet, too, is that you can kind of make one, and then how many of you are that person that makes the Quizlet?
I make the Quizlets.
Samantha makes
the
the
Samantha
Quizlets.
makes the Quizlet. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, can I please have that? We have a test in a couple days. But I see the advantages to both, right? And we've come kind of so far from there. With that, you are able to make it and share it. Are there any other avenues of like collaboration that you guys have seen, whether it was this year, last year, or even in 6th grade, that you might have collaborated with other classmates using technology?
Let's say you miss a day of school,
Mhm.
you can just ask your friend to send you the notes.
Any other collaborative ways you can think of?
Well, for the stock project we're doing in history, you can, if you're working with someone, you can send it to them. Instead of doing 2 projects, you just work on the same document together.
What is the stock market project, Brandon? Can you elaborate on that?
We're like monitoring the stock market every day at close at 4 p.m. to see if our stocks are up or down. And the top 3 people in the class who have the highest stocks get 10 points to their lowest test grade.
Right, we're using Google Sheets to kind of track that and organize that and make it as clear and clean as possible. Are there any things that we've done so far that you can maybe apply to outside of school or high school, or things that you can continue to use as we go on? Samantha, we'll start with you.
I think using the Google Docs and Google Sheets help because you can make study sheets for school, but also outside of school if you need to write like a paper. If you're applying for a job, it's important to know how to use those apps or sites.
Riley?
Also, with our knowledge of the stock project, if you're interested in doing stocks or other things, using the Sheet app is really interesting.
Right, to help you kind of like organize that and put all
Yeah.
your thoughts. And what we're doing is tracking each day and the closing price and your profit loss margin and stuff like that. Brandon, anything that kind of sticks out from
I
this year
think
so far?
email etiquette was definitely really important. The way you should be emailing people really says a lot about you.
Technology is an ever-growing thing. I'm just wondering if you guys can give me kind of some examples and maybe go into it about where things could go. Technology is something that's not going to stop. It's just going to keep on rolling. So, Samantha?
I think it's important to use like your moral compass to make sure you're using it good and not for bad, and to also be aware of people that are using it for bad and try to tell them that you shouldn't.
Riley?
AI, the way it makes photos and all this other stuff, makes up text. You never know if somebody could be lying to you, saying like, oh, I said that, or oh, this girl said this to make you
Right.
mad. So you never know if you can trust anybody using it, but you have to use it responsibly.
I mean, how many times have you guys scrolled through like Instagram or something and you look at a picture and then the first comment is AI strikes again, and you're just like, is it AI? Is it not AI?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of like where we are now. So it's that coin of, yeah, you can use it for all these great things, but then people can kind of turn around and use it for not so good things. Brandon, you got anything to add?
If it falls into the wrong people's hands, it doesn't look good. On the internet, people use AI to make videos of people doing bad stuff, and sometimes you can't even tell if those videos are real or not.
Right. I mean, which is tragic because there are so many real videos out there of people doing amazing things. In tech class, we spoke about digital citizenship. You guys remember that? And like your place in the digital world. What are some good practices if you guys had to talk to people that are picking up a cell phone for the first time, or making a Instagram account or a TikTok account for the first time, or posting on social media? What are some things that would be good practices, not only out of school, but also in school?
Definitely being safe on it, knowing what you're posting and knowing who you're sending things to.
Yeah, I agree. You should make sure a lot of your stuff's like private, and you be careful what you say because no one can hear like the tone you're saying it in. You have to make sure they interpret it the correct
Right.
way.
I mean, you can't pick up things like sarcasm. You can't pick up who's joking and who's not joking. I mean, I think still the time you get a text message with someone and they accidentally send it in all caps and you're like, why are they screaming at me? What's going on right now? You have to be aware of what you're saying and who you're saying it to. And also your digital footprint never goes away. So it's one of those things that if you say it now, who knows what it's going to look like years and years down the line. What do you think it means to be a good steward of technology, using it well and properly? How would you go about doing that, Riley?
Using it, but also showing others how to use it.
It's like a power. It's like an ability you guys have, and being able to use it correctly is what's really important. Samantha?
Using it to help you, but not to do everything for you, because you still need to know how to do things like for yourself.
Right. Brandon?
Once I didn't get what we were doing in math, and I asked AI, I said, can you walk me through this problem, instead of just asking it to do it for me.
Right. Instead of saying, just give me the answer and this can help explain it, which I think is a great use of it. If you just use it as a crutch, it's not going to benefit you in any way. But being able to use it responsibly in all aspects, right? It's not just schoolwork, it's not just studying, it's also in your social aspects of life. It's also benefiting the people around you. Even myself, I know how many times I've had to help people at home with X, Y, or Z, or I'm walking past a classroom and someone's like, my computer's not working, could you help? And it's as simple as doing one or two things. I think the generation you guys are growing up in, you're surrounded with this technology. And my hope is that through the things we do in class and the things you learn on your own and outside of class, you guys make it a better and safer and more efficient place that you're doing things correctly and as they should. I want to thank Samantha, Reilly, and Brandon for being here today so that they may always use these tools with good intention and for the betterment of us all, we pray. Lord, grant us wisdom to navigate this technological age, helping us to use these tools for your glory, to bear fruit in our communication, and to grow in virtue rather than vice. May technology be a servant, not a controller, pointing us to your beauty and love. There is no doubt the tools may look different than they did years ago, but our mission to educate is the same. When technology is used with intention, it becomes a bridge, connecting tradition with innovation, and preparing our Firebirds, not just for the next test or project, but for the world they are a crucial part of. I'm Mr. Kahn, and this is Flight of the Firebirds.